Hey guys, I hope everyone is doing well. For those that celebrated, Merry Christmas. For everybody in general, I hope you have time to, spend some time with your family, your loved ones, because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. Today, I thought I'd try something a little different. I want to make a private video, just especially for the Publish0x community. You guys were kind of like one of the first. Um, I guess kind of like a side hustle. I always thought it was kind of cool to see, like, just to see if I can monetize my writing a little bit. Over time, I kind of shifted more towards YouTube, just to see if I can kind of do maybe like a double side hustle thing going on. But I really appreciate my Public0x subscribers. Of course, if you also happen to be a YouTube subscriber, I appreciate you guys as well. So I just wanted to start off with these funky First Trust ETFs because these are not finalized yet. This is from a December 14th SEC filing, so nothing is approved. So the company is a First Trust. To be honest, I don't think I've ever traded any of these things before. And what they're bringing to the table is something I thought was kind of new. A lot of attention is based off of like the BlackRock and the Fidelity ETFs. So far, as far as I know, these are the ticker symbols for the upcoming, hopefully finally approved uh, Bitcoin spot ETFs. So BlackRock is IBTC, Invesco is BTCO, Wisdom Tree is BTCW, Fidelity is FBTC, which is pretty funny. Uh, VanEck is HODL, Bitwise is BITB, and I believe there's also one more that's kind of like the hashtags. I made a previous video on like the regular YouTube stuff. I think it's called DeFi. So that one's also like a pretty good ticker symbol. But I think they first have to be approved to actually hold spot Bitcoin ETF. So I didn't lump them in with these guys. Now these this first trust Bitcoin buffer ETFs, they're kind of funky. I don't think they have any Bitcoin like uh actual like holdings. I think these will probably be like derivatives. Um and just to kind of show you like the summary information, the investment objective of this particular Bitcoin buffer 30 ETFs, they want to provide investors with returns that are similar to like the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. So right off the bat, I'm kind of iffy on this. But there is a funky mechanism where like you're protected up to like the first 30% of like losses. So like for example, if Bitcoin tanks 30%, this product will help you tank like the first 30% of the losses. But then anything after that, that's on us. So I thought this was a kind of interesting mechanic in terms of like exchange traded funds. There's another one that's also similar, but they call it the buffer 15. So as you can imagine, it protects you only up to like the first 15% of losses. But they already put in like this funky language where like these have like upside caps. So I think they're taking like the upside caps, um, and then they're taking kind of like anything extra above that, and they're using it to kind of like to use it as kind of like a financial cushion. Um, so in the case when Bitcoin tanks, then it can kind of uh, I guess repay itself back in a weird way. But there's also it looks like there's a time limit, so that doesn't make it too attractive to me. I guess like out of the three, the most attractive one is uh, this floor 15. So this protects you up to a maximum of 15%, whereas the other ones, they protect you up to like the first 15 or 30%, and then anything after that is like, that's on you. But then this one, it caps you at 15%, which I thought is interesting. But again, you're also capped on the upside as well. And there's a time limit to this. So um, I can't say I'm too interested in this. But it is new, so I'd be curious to see how like the market reacts to this. because they're using like a combination of U.S. Treasuries as kind of like the base, and then they're gonna engage in like I guess using these flex options to kind of get like the to kind of simulate the return of what Bitcoin can do. So again, it's just to kind of like again to go over like the buffering cap. Um, like the legalese in here makes me a little concerned because like the fund does not seek to provide a buffer on the first 13% of losses at any time other than the end of the target outcome period. And they didn't specify like the outcome period. So that has me a little bit worried. Like if it's only like 6 months or something, like what's the point? Um, again, I don't want to judge it too harshly since this isn't final yet, but I'm curious to see what how this does. And then they kind of just show you a little nice graph of like what the potential estimated yield ranges could be. And just looking at this, it doesn't look very attractive. And then another like kind of like a chart. I mean, it looks good on this chart, but in real life, I kind of wonder what it's gonna be. I mean, if you're capped at like 14% gains, that's definitely not attractive if that's what it's gonna really be. Because Bitcoin when it moves, oh my goodness, it's really gonna move. I this is just my opinion. So even at today's prices, it's like around like the 40,000 mark. I could see it probably double to 80,000. I wouldn't be shocked at that. Um, as in terms of time frame, I'm not sure. It really depends on how well the regular Bitcoin spot ETFs perform, and how much money that they can bring in into the space. And then I guess if it's capped at like 10% losses, that wouldn't be so bad. But again, the three so far has you're protected up to like the first 15 and 30 within a certain time frame. So I don't know about this DV. Um, so my expectations, I think if it comes out at maybe like an affordable price point, it might not be so bad. I guess it might be good for people that are, kind of scared of like the crypto space. But in my opinion, or I guess like for like what I'm going to do, I'm just gonna wait for like the regular spot Bitcoin ETFs, and then I'm really excited to see how like the option markets within the spot Bitcoin spot ETFs will do, and that'll be like a for at least for me, um, like a way for me to kind of enhance my returns that way. These three products, I think it might be too funky for most people. Um, and then I think a lot of people would probably be interested more in like a Bitcoin spot ETF, like a covered call product. So, keep our fingers crossed. Of course, like, I could see like a curveball being thrown away with a certain SEC chairman. They could probably do like like another stall tactic, and that would really annoy like I guess like the community in general. Of course, this is not like financial tax advice. Just sharing this with you guys. I thought it might be helpful for some people. In crypto there are no refunds, and I think like the the regular Bitcoin spot ETFs, um, that could be convenient for most people. Like for those that don't feel like opening up like a Coinbase account or something. So I think in general, I expect these products, if and when they're approved, in 2024, that'll be a nice catalyst, and they'll spark like a nice bull run. Um, I hope everybody, uh, makes some good money out there, regardless of you're in crypto or not. And I really appreciate all my subscribers that stuck with me like from day one. I know it wasn't easy. Sometimes the content was kind of like all over the place. But I think like because like there's gonna be like a nice bull run, I'm gonna be pumping out like more quality content. So uh, please like and subscribe if you can. Thank you very much. Be sharp, stay hungry, and let's go get that money. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye now.